My Gavanen Melonin and Helmet indeed. I'm Arachir Galadirthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to the same as you join me for the very final episode of the Angmar campaign. So at the end of the previous episode, Agendaur did succeed in victory on that bridge. We killed Perry and his army was pushed back a bit, and then they lost a few troops, but otherwise nothing else severe. Of course, we captured Ostsul, but I'd like to take Bree as our final swan song. Which means we haven't had very much time, unfortunately, with the Witch King of Angmar. And we'll allow the dwarves to take that. We'll pull back to Kandum and we'll hold there if we need to. But the people have spoken, the vote has been cast, and we are decided. At the point of recording this video, 715 people have voted, and 350 odd of those asked for Dorwinion. 200 and something asked for Isengard, and the rest asked for Angmar to continue. Now, I had seen comment and suggestion, of course, that campaigns on my channel rarely seem to actually go the distance. They don't tend to last. There have been a couple of comments of people saying I should set more realistic victory goals, and some comments just outright saying you don't seem to ever conclude your campaigns. And I would say to that, no, unfortunately I don't. But my reasoning that always has kept me going through my sheer failing, basically, is, of course, I am coming at this more from a purely showing off DaC. I'm not, for want of a better word, this is crudely put, but just take it with a pinch of salt. Other people that will play games on YouTube will play because they want to become YouTubers, or they find great enjoyment in the act of YouTube itself. So they will play campaigns to finish. They'll do everything by the book to try and generate and create that sort of crowd, if you will, a following, people that watch them. I am coming at this purely from a showing off Divide and Conquer aspect. And after 30 odd turns, or 30 odd episodes, each being about 30 minutes, I think I've shown enough of Angmar to really give you all a taste of what the campaign is like. I generally do live and die on YouTube by the adage, once I think a campaign is won and I'm no longer having fun with it, that is when it is time to call it a day. And we don't have any siege equipment, so we're going to have to get bloody normal siege, annoyingly. Oh, it's Reginald! Ah, yes! Bree did choose the mercenaries. So anyway, so I am happy to end campaigns when I kind of think, yeah, this one's kind of done. We've taken it as far as we can go. And more importantly, leading on from the point about showing you Divide and Conquer aspects, when I feel that there is something better to show you from the mod. And that's the kind of angle I try and come at it from. And I appreciate sometimes I fail at that. And it's just a channel of failing, really, isn't it? But that is generally speaking the purpose. So I would very much like to drop the canned one and now play as the High Elves, because they've been changed, they're different. And I'm more than happy to play as Dorwinion in place of Angmar, because the last time Dorwinion featured on the channel was for version 0.52. Which was so long ago, and many changes have been made since then, that the newer version of Dorwinion has some more visual changes. The forces that you fight are slightly different. The entire region of that area of the map has been edited. It's a different campaign to fight. So I'm happy to have that replace Angmar. So I'm quite happy with the vote. If I was really, really, really keen on carrying on with Angmar, I never would have even suggested it. As people have also pointed out and commented, I do run the channel something as in a sort of tyrannical fashion, if you will. And oftentimes, when we do these polls, a faction that I don't want to play wins. So I then just didn't play as them. So obviously now I have taken any faction I don't want to play and removed them from the list, so you simply can't vote for them. But previously, factions I didn't want to win won, and I just didn't play as them. And so, why was I talking about that? I can't actually remember how I got onto talking about that. I've lost the thread. But anyway, I am happy to replace Angmar. Oh, because I was saying about how I play factions I play games on the channel, or factions and things, for as long as I find enjoyment in them. Because once I stop finding them enjoyable, I can assure you that the entertainment value will decrease quite substantially. Oh, you should have been in the defensive line. I don't know where the other army is coming from, because I didn't look on the battle map like a fool. Also, we're not actually fighting on a hill there, are we? Let's actually just pull back to this hill here. So our great battle for Bree is going to unfortunately be decided out in the plains, because Bree has a lot of forces. So It'll be fought here, but this is indeed the final episode. And what I will do, as has also been requested, because Dorwinion is not brand new, but the High Elves are. So, Dorwinion campaign will not start after next week's High Elves campaign. So there will be 2 weeks of just High Elves. So it'll be about 4 weeks of High Elves. 2 weeks, 4 episodes of just the High Elves, and then Dorwinion will kick in after that. And that's how I'm going to do it, so you'll get to see the new stuff from the High Elves. Now, I haven't started recording High Elves yet, as there's a few little tweaks left to do before we can record those, but they'll come to you soon enough, and you'll all get a taste of what Divide and Conquer has to offer
The enemy have brought up more men.
in the future. Bug up. Patuila's in that line, isn't he? Pause it. I don't really like these troops being mainline forces, but we don't have much option. And I also, now that I think about it, I'm fairly confident the reinforcing army is the bigger of the two. And is the one we actually really want to be killing off. Patuila, if you stand there, actually, you're probably going to get shot, that's right. Run the wargs out. Everybody run. Into positions. Quickly, quickly. Archers, you are able to fire at will and on command. Oh, bugger. I was not paying attention, and the merchant cavalry has overrun our eastern sides. Damn, 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 blast, damn and blast and damn again.
Like this, we will
What in goodness? They have a cave troll. They have catapults. Right, Wargs, new plan. Avoid the Greenway Riders. Duela. Yeah, that merchant cavalry's going down. Stop them getting to our archers. Reginald is the sellswords. There he is. And there he actually is with his own custom model of all things. Reginald is, of course, gifted to the Brelanders when they choose to side with the mercenaries. I abandoned the cavalry in my stupid. So Reginald is your gift. The gift, if you side with the Dunedain, is you get an elven general. Because of course it's a Dunedain/elven choice. So what of the army that's coming from over there? Oh, they've got catapults too. Brilliant. Right, Wargs. Move in, shut those down.
If we continue like this, we will smash.
You guys might as well go out and do that too. We are going to lose those archers annoyingly to the merchant cav. And we're going to lose our Wargs, but that's alright. Right, you guys. Because the enemy siege is going to duff us up. All run over there. Everybody get out of engagement. Nice. Right, and then you guys are free to mop them up. You guys are holding out there. Sellswords have charged in. Oh, they're taking out those archers, that's good. It is an honor to hold the banner of the Witch King. Run yourselves round. Archers, come and set up in these trees. I think the reinforcing army is actually the smaller one. Or, no, sorry, the reinforcing army is bigger, which is the one we're currently fighting. And this one is the smaller one. Right, you guys come in. Oh, no, they've got 2 units of siege. You're being attacked by the archers, that's right. You fellows. Bring down the catapult. Just turn it up a bit. Oh, no, that doesn't turn it up. It changes it. I need that catapult crew eliminated. See to it, archers! How are we doing over here? You fellows, come and get involved a bit more. Where's Beduila?
They have lost half their
Chasing down the
men.
merchant cav. What are we on? 39 plays 19. Angmar showing its power here. They had written us off as just nothing. A pale shadow of our former selves lingering in the far north. But with the coming of winter and the onset of the chill, Angmar arose once more. And our enemies We know it. Come on. And again. Nice. Hit them again. Hit them again. No, don't do that. Come on, you buggers. Do as you're damned well told.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Throw it at them. Come on, throw. Oh, you're getting shot in the back. Nice. One last volley. Nice. Pinpoint accuracy. Right, now go and hit those bogart. You guys go with them. How are we all doing over here? Fighting, slaying, winning? Succeeding? Oh, yes, look at that. The reinforcements are routing. It's over. It's a while to go until they probably actually break and leave, but it's over.
Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead.
Reginald has fallen.
The enemy general abandons his men.
Oh, and the army flees like the cowards they are.
The enemy army
Only a
flees
few
the
units,
field.
and it's over.
Pursue and run them down.
So endeth the lesson. It's over, isn't it? The archers don't even have anything to shoot
This
at.
is a clear
678, and we killed nearly 2,000. 1,900 odd. Most welcome indeed. And with that, we take the capital city. We take Brie. Now, this campaign, it is right to say, would be enjoyable to continue if I could hold back the dwarves. Because if we can hold back the dwarves, we'd actually get to fight against Linden. But it would be a very, very long time. And a part of the reason why I'm happy for Angmar to end is I'm reticent to fight against Linden because we're about to play as them, and I try not to do too much overkill of fighting. And the whole reason this all came about, of course, is because we're about to play as the High Elves, which means we are about to fight and play here in Eriador again. And so it seemed foolish to have two campaigns in the same geographical location. So Dorwinian's a really good one because we can fight against Rune initially, and then, depending on how the lie of the land is, I don't want to attack Mordor, but we fought against Mordor so much in so many campaigns, and they're so unchanged from the base game. I don't want to fight against Mordor if we can help it. So I'd quite like to fight against Dale or Dol Guldur, but we'll see how well we do against the new Rune, because that's also part of the reason Dorwinian's a good one, because it gets to show off what Rune has to offer, because we will fight against them. And then perhaps maybe next time we will finally play as Isengard. But for now, that is where I'm going to end the campaign. So let's have a look around the map and see how everyone did with us ending there. So Ostsul fell to rebels and Brie are taking it back. So, I mean, we have lost Angsul, which you do actually start with, but we only just lost that one turn ago. We've got Athelin, we managed to take Morvatarth, we managed to capture Camethbryn and Imladris, of course. But at our peak, we did also have Fenestrun and Ostsul and Brie. We also had Fornost, Athelin, Knockforochlor, Gobadrine and Angsul. So at our peak, we're a lot bigger, but the dwarves at the moment are on something of a path to beating us. But let's not forget, Brie are very much now out of the game. With us actually taking Brie and beating that army we just beat, they have very few forces that they could really actually pull on short notice. Mengelin is about to fall to Dunland. But, of course, Linden and Dunland are now at war with each other, so Brie would have had a bit of a lifeline there, but I think taking Brie would really cut the strength from Brie. You'd be fighting trash hereafter, because that's all the Shire can throw at you. But Eredluin are doing all right, but they're not doing amazingly, but they are throwing enough troops. We would have to really target them in a very dedicated attack. Gundabad really haven't done very much at all, and they've stayed with Berzikul, which for some reason on this game... Oh, because, of course, when I started this, Berzikul wasn't set up yet, so ignore that. So they got Berzikul, they got Dane's Halls and Azanar, but they haven't done anything else. Dwarves are falling to Rune, and they're holding still in Erebor and Witherboard, Kirikathol, Miraran, but they have lost Bermalinge, which I think they held for a time, and if not, they'll hold now. But Rune obviously fighting strongly against Dale there. Dorwinian. Oh dear, excuse me, sorry. Yawning on the video, how terribly unprofessional. Dorwinian have got down to only 3 regions left. But Rune attacking them from the south. Dol Guldur have been squashed between Lothlorien by the looks of it. Are doing really rather well. They've got Fenholm, they've got Dol Guldur. Mordor have been sandwiched to the north as well, and they can only really push out to Rovanion. But they have taken Calenhad and Caer Andros, but they never took Tirith or Osgiliath, so Gondor have held relatively strong. But Dol Amroth, unfortunately, now only have a Theland, so they've been really pummeled. Harad and Ardenaim taken Dol Amroth out, which is not surprising this sort of turn time. There's Linden's interesting holdings of Balorn and Alkford, which Dunland are now besieging and trying to take back. It would be an interesting one between those two, because Linden don't have very many regions. Certainly not many that they can use. But Dunland do. So Dunland could throw more forces at it. But Linden obviously have better forces. That's an interesting one to see. Khazad-dûm stayed in Khazad-dûm, didn't do anything else. The Western Peaks are still held by Moria, although they are being besieged by Khazad-dûm. Isengard have done relatively well, bit of a stalemate with Rohan, who still have Edras and the Hornburg, so Isengard have pushed straight through the Emnets, and taken east and west. There should be a space in between those names. I've seen it written both ways, actually. I'm not entirely certain. But I think it is West-spaced Emnet. Or, no, I think Tolkien does do it as West Emnet. But then on some of his other maps, he lists it as two separate words. I'm sure it's two separate words. It's a place name. So otherwise, it's not a campaign that's going overly well for evil. Rune are doing very well, but they've not yet cracked the 3 pillars of peace in the east. Lothlorien are doing very well in taking Dol Guldur out, which... And obviously Thranduil's Halls unfortunately has fallen to Dol Guldur, but there's an elven onslaught against Dol Guldur at the moment. With Isengard supporting in an invasion there. Gundabad are basically out of the game. Anduin have actually held on, which is quite good. Moria are still in the game, but Isengard are doing better, but again, they haven't won yet. Mordor aren't doing well enough against Gondor, and I think Gondor would probably eventually capitulate. But with Linden actually in the game, I think Good would overall win this one, is my opinion. I think Good would take it at the end there. Dol Amroth diminishes. Ever was it foretold that the departure of the swans from the haven of Dol Amroth would signal its downfall. That day has come. Belfalas is now a bleak land, littered with the dead soldiers of Dol Amroth, their outposts burning, their royal line in tatters. The blood of the elves is all but spent, and the men of Dol Amroth are now a weak and grim peoples, far from the feared knights they used to be. Ships of the Swan now call the bed of the great sea home, and the great white and blue banners of the once proud princedom no longer decorate the hills of Dor en Ernil. There seems no way back for the armies and royal line of Dol Amroth. Such a sad day. But anyway, there we are. That's going to conclude the episode. It is a rather short one, but it's the final one. So a bit of an overview of what's to come then. The next 2 videos this weekend, it won't be the lore video. I'm trying to make the lore videos the first Monday of every month, and the first Monday of October is the 7th. So that's when the lore video will drop for that one. So this weekend there will be a Skyrim video, and there probably will be a Warhammer video will fill the other slot. Or the High Elves might just kick off early. I haven't decided yet, but I plan to record the High Elves on Saturday or Sunday, so we shall see. But that is going to be the end of Angmar. So our own personal goals sort of achieved. We did capture Bree, and we did take out Imladris, and we did get the Witch King. So we managed to achieve some goals. We've seen the Witch King a relatively good amount. But we didn't ever really beat the dwarves. But time will tell. The dwarves' day will come. No longer will they be the beacon and bastion of hope in Eriador. When Sauron the Deceiver shall approach them and offer to them their rings in return for their neutrality. But will those rings bring to them peace and prosperity? Or will those rings bring about a turn of events that will deem Eredluin naught but ruinous and destroyed? Will the rings indeed set a path that leads Eredluin to their own destruction, or the destruction indeed of all of Eriador? Time, of course, will tell, and you'll be able to play out those events, hopefully, in version 4. But the Eredluin ring script is not yet in the game, so you won't see it when I play as the High Elves, because it's not there yet. It's being discussed as we speak. But we do hope to include it, courtesy of Lord of Links and the works he's already done towards it. So that is to come. But for now, that'll be all. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. Do check out Gamesplanet in the link below and get yourself some cheaper games legally. And until we speak again, dear friends, questions and comments most welcome. But until then, Navar Naden Pedimad Melonin, and farewell.